The United Front is calling on government to put a moratorium on retrenchments. It says that COVID-19 crisis is capitalist in nature and puts profit before people. In a statement, the organization says that the virus only makes the injustices of capitalism more visible and deadly. For more on this, we're joined by Trevor Ngwane, the national spokesperson of the United Front. A very good afternoon, sir. Thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News.
Thank you.
As a start, your statement says that the COVID-19 is crisis and capitalist. How do you justify saying this when it has really brought the economy on the brink of a collapse? And really, if one can put it as harsh as this, this virus is killing people.
Yes, but you know that unemployment has shot up terribly in South Africa. I think Statistics South Africa announced that using the expanded definition, about 40% of the people are unemployed. That means about 10 million are unemployed. Now, it's clear then that not only was unemployment there before the virus, it's just getting worse under the virus. So the crisis now is, what do we do to help those people who are unemployed, who are sitting at home, who are hungry? That is why we say it's a capitalist crisis.
Now, I'll throw the question back at you then. I mean, you've called for a moratorium on retrenchments. And I mean, that's all good and well. And, nobody wants to see people losing their jobs. But what is then the suggestion or really alternatives that, businesses need to be looking into? At the end of the day, these businesses are saying we simply don't have money to keep going. And with our staffs, with the number of staffs that we have. So in order to perhaps save the business, we'd have to then cut off staff. Do you then have a suggestion, as you're calling for this moratorium on retrenchments, do you have suggestions to these companies, these businesses that are saying we simply actually just don't have money?
Yeah, so this, especially big business, has been retrenching before the virus. So some of them are actually using the virus as a cover to continue with retrenchments which they had planned even beforehand. And in fact, our concern is President Ramaphosa's response to this crisis, because he said that we must just accept that job losses are inevitable with COVID-19. But we don't think so. We think that saying this is giving the bosses a blank check to retrench workers. You will hear now from today onwards, every boss will want to retrench because that is how they make their profits. What we suggest is that we should have a moratorium on retrenchment. Any company which wants to retrench must report this to the government, and then steps are taken to investigate the company and see how it can be helped to stop and protect jobs.
But surely then you are, in a roundabout way, speaking on behalf of these businesses. When you say that these businesses, these companies had planned to retrench prior to COVID-19, nobody thought that, we'd be faced with a pandemic and that we would be faced with the kind of effects that, we've had to kind of contend with. So if they were planning in any case and they were struggling in any case and they were going to retrench any case before COVID-19, surely COVID-19 has only made the situation worse and thus made it more reason why some of these companies are saying, look, we can't continue. We will have to then retrench. Surely you can see how that links.
I can see the logic, but we are viewing it from the point of view of the workers, of the people who will lose their jobs and have nothing to eat. So we're saying that if a company wants to retrench, now the government must step in because there is money provided to help businesses. So that money must be linked to saving jobs. And when we give bosses money, we know with bailouts, they'll take it they'll abuse it, use it as profit. There must be conditions. You can't just give companies money. They must make sure that what they're doing is in line with social needs. Saving jobs, saving the environment, respecting worker rights, those are some of the steps and conditions we can implement to protect workers and society.
All right, Mr. Trevor Ngwane, thank you very much for giving us your time. Trevor Ngwane from the United Front, which is calling for a moratorium on retrenchments. Thank you, sir, for giving us your time.